Hey guys, welcome to the 12th episode of my Road to 2000 FIDE. In this series I cover the games that I play for the KNSB and RSB, the Dutch Chess Federation and the Rotterdam Chess Federation. My goal of course is to get to 2000 FIDE. At the moment of recording this I don't have an official FIDE rating yet, but as of right now I suspect I'm going to get one in January 2026. So at the moment you're seeing this video I probably do have a FIDE rating. I suspect it's going to be somewhere in the 1830 to 1850 range. It's a bit the same as the KNSB rating, which is a different rating, and they determine it with a different calculation. But at the same time, they are very equal, of course, because the same opponents have been played. And yeah, okay, so I have this game in front of me right now. At the moment of recording this, I played this game, I believe, 8 days ago or 9 days ago, somewhere in mid of December. The last game of 2025 for me. And I'm playing with the white pieces, as you can see by the name. The idea behind my name is my FIDE idea. So if you want to look up my FIDE profile and see if I have a rating at the moment this video is live, you will be able to do so. And I started off with e4, which is obviously my main move. If you watch me for a longer time, e4 is basically the move that I play every single time. I don't really play d4, so maybe I should, but I definitely should improve my openings and I should improve my opening knowledge, because I'm playing a very specific set of openings, which is not ideal. Especially if you want to get to a better level as a club player, you need to really be prepared against different things. But okay, he played d5, which is the Scandinavian, of course, and generally this is not very good for black. It is already minus 0.7, however, it's not very clear how to take advantage of it right away. And a lot of people play this knight f6 move. There are two main moves here. You can take with the queen, or you can play knight f6. And if you play knight f6, usually what I like to do is play immediate d4, which is the book move as well. And then usually they take, and then I play here. And I'm like, okay, if you take here, I'm going to go here. I believe this is not the best. Yeah, this is not the best. Maybe I should study this a little bit more, because I don't know, maybe the best move here is to go maybe immediately this. Yeah, which actually looks much better, to be fair. Now that I look at it, I really wonder why I play knight c3 here, to be fair. Why don't I just play c4 all the time? Because c4 is just, Maybe I should improve upon maybe I should improve upon that opening, because this looks a lot better, because now I can put my knight behind the pawns, which is usually a lot better. But okay, so however, my opponent didn't do that. My opponent played bishop g4, and this is a move I've never seen before. I haven't seen this, maybe I played this in like an online game somewhere, some blitz game or rapid game, like 1 or 2 times in my life, but I've never seen this in a club game, especially not in a classical game. So I was kind of confused, and I was also like, meh, this doesn't really seem all that good for black. But also at the same time, of course, I was like, yeah, I can't really immediately take advantage of it. I decided to play bishop e2, simply because if he takes my bishop here, and I can take back with my knight, and I'm fully developed on the king side, and after taking the pawn, I can castle, and I felt like, this is pretty nice, alright. I mean, I'm already castled, he still has to get his dark squared bishop out, he has to play certain moves, maybe he wants to long castle, I don't know. Maybe I can play c4 or b3, c4 in some lines. I felt kind of good about this position. Now my opponent played knight c6, and now I went for knight c3. And yeah, I mean, in hindsight, of course, the knight on c3 here isn't really properly placed. The problem with this knight here on c3 is that you can never play c4, which is not a major issue, but definitely a little bit unpleasant. So maybe I should have done something different. Apparently the best move here would have been bishop e3. Yeah, I mean, So I played knight c3, he played queen h5, I played bishop f4. My idea was already here to go some sort of knight here and attack this or something. It's not possible right now, but maybe I can play a4 and then knight b5. Maybe some fork here is possible in the future. My opponent, however, played long castles, and now I was like, wow, okay, long castles. He probably, I suspect he plays this more often. I mean, obviously when you play this in a classical game, I suspect you know what you're doing. So I kind of felt like long castling was his plan all along, probably. That's why he didn't move the bishop yet. And actually here I was like, okay, my position is kind of bad. My position is not really good. I don't really like this position. The reason why I didn't like this position is because obviously he's pinning he's pinning this pawn to my queen. And whatever I do here, I mean, there are some ideas. Maybe I can go for a4 immediately, and maybe I can, I don't know, maybe I can start some attack on this side of the board. However, if you go for a4, for example, there's always gonna be e5, which is exactly what I expected him to play, e5. And I had the opportunity here to go queen c1 or e1, which is maybe in hindsight the best thing I should have done. Maybe queen e1 was the best thing, because now after this I can simply take and should be okay. So, however, I didn't really like that, considering my queen would be very, very passive and yeah, stuffed away in a corner here, which I didn't really like. So I decided to play queen d3, which is not the best move. However, I had a specific thing in mind. I had this in mind: push back, takes, and knight b5. Thinking, okay, I'm double attacking this, or actually triple attacking this. I'm also attacking this, and I thought here maybe I have some counterplay with the bishop. However, my opponent did play e5, which is obviously the best move. I played bishop g3, and he took with the knight instead of with the pawn. So yeah, I mean, all of my ideas didn't work out. However, I thought taking with the knight would have been a slight mistake, because now maybe my knight would be able to get some sort of forking ideas here, and I don't know. This feels like you are taking away a lot of defensive resources from this side of the board. So I decided to take. He took with the rook, and now I played queen e3. And queen e3, the idea of queen e3 was that I wanted to attack this pawn twice, and at the same time maybe attack the a7 pawn. So yeah, I expected maybe this move, which I would have countered with knight b5, which is obviously a good move, of course, attacking these two pieces, and you have to defend this, so you have to go like here or something, which looked very bad to me, especially because this isn't even defended right now. I can still take. So yeah, I was expecting that move. However, he played, or I don't know if I was expecting, I was maybe hoping bishop d6, but he played knight g4, which is obviously, I suspected this to be actually the best move. The computer here says actually this is the best move, which I found a little bit strange, because I thought I could just do this and I would be fine. But apparently after this I thought he would be okay. Yeah. So computer wants to sacrifice the pawn for counterplay, which I would probably never expect to be the best move, however. But he played knight g4, which I thought was the best move. I then considered to play queen f3 or e2. I think this in hindsight would have been the best, but yeah. Don't really know. There were a lot of things I was calculating here. I thought I was calculating this. I thought I was calculating this, and I didn't really like this, but I don't really remember. Oh yeah, okay. So I think in the analysis I thought, okay, he was gonna go here, but then I realized he couldn't, or maybe during the game I realized as well. But I can take here, because if you take, you lose your queen. So you can't go f5. If this would have been protected, let's say if this would have been like this, and maybe, I don't know, like this, and then, okay, that's not a good example, but maybe like this, and then this. I think now it's a different situation. Okay, apparently it's not that different, but maybe now I can still go here and it would be okay. Yeah, okay. But yeah, the point being is that f5 didn't work. However, in the game I still decided to play queen e2. I can't really remember why. Maybe because I wanted to go queen here or something. I don't know. So he played bishop d6 now, and here I thought, okay, I must be better. Bishop d6 must be a mistake, because I have knight b5, and knight b5 must be good, because knight b5 comes with rook a4. He must go rook a4, and then I can tempo his rook out of there. So I thought, okay, probably here I'm better, because now I'm getting a bit of an attack on this side of the board, and yeah, I felt okay here. I played c4, which is not the best thing apparently. I should have played, I thought, what was the move here? I don't remember what was the best move. The best move was rook d1. Okay, yeah. Just going for this and the open lines, and you know. So I played c4. Now he played f5, which is kind of what I was expecting as well. I thought f5 was a good move, because I thought he's trying to trap my bishop. And then I kind of thought I needed to play h3. Apparently I didn't. The best move would have been this again, giving up a pawn, but probably for some sort of counterplay. I don't know why you give up the pawn. Is there a reason? Because, oh, you can take here again. Yeah. Okay, that's not good. Well, I don't know. Yeah, that would have been the best move. However, I thought I needed to play h3. The reason I thought I needed to play h3 because otherwise f5 or f4 was coming and my bishop would have been trapped, and I don't know. Here he played knight f6, of course, defending his queen with his knight. If I take now, we trade, which is not really in my favor, so I didn't do that. I decided to play queen c2, still looking for c5. And here my opponent had a opportunity to take the lead still, which would have been f4. This would have been the best move. After going back, I think here you are maybe looking at this move. I don't know. No, not specifically. Okay. Well, I mean, that would have been the best move, putting extra pressure on this side of the board. However, he decided to play knight e4. And knight e4 I kind of immediately thought was a mistake, because now I can simply still play c5. And my idea here is that I just want to open the c-file. The c-file is very important for me. If you take with the knight here, I was gonna go bishop here, I think, which just wasn't the best move. No, it wasn't the best move. The best move would have been to take here, yeah. And then after rook takes, now this is very strong. But I was probably gonna do this, and then after you take here, I can take here, and you can't take the rook because you get mated. So, however, here he can go here, I think, was it? Or what was the idea here? I don't remember. The idea was, oh, just bishop back. Okay, yeah. And I can't go here because you just, now, I mean, I can, but, you know. So, okay. However, he didn't take with the knight, he took with the bishop, which I also thought was the best move, which is exactly what happened. Then I played bishop x e5, and here, once again, this was not the best move. Here he had a slight opportunity to seize the advantage here. And the reason this was as good is because he could have gone rook c6. And we kind of both in this situation missed the fact that there was rook c6, because the point is I don't have knight a7 because his bishop is now on the a7 to g1 diagonal. So I don't have a fork here because he simply takes. And that's very important, because obviously what you want to do is you want to defend this pawn, because if you don't defend this pawn, is going to be very, very vulnerable. So you need to somehow defend it, and rook c6 is a very good example of how you can do that now. So yeah, I mean, yeah, rook c6 would have been very, very bad for me. It would have been very difficult to come back from that, I think, because now it's not completely over, but yeah, I needed to be very, very accurate afterwards if the game continued. However, my opponent played queen e8. He thought he had a simple fork, and he was simply winning the game because he could take either of those pieces, and that would have been it. However, I kind of immediately realized this was a mistake. And the reason being is that this doesn't defend this pawn, of course. And you attack two minor pieces at the same time, yes, but there's a very strong move here, which is knight x c7. And the reason this is so strong is because it's a simple fork. You can't take because you are obviously, my knight is obviously protected by the bishop. And if you take the bishop, I simply take the rook here. And then if you take back, I simply play b4, and the pin is doing what it must do, because now I win the bishop as well. So I would be winning. I wouldn't only be up an exchange, I would also be up a bishop. So yeah, I mean, my opponent probably saw that, and my opponent probably hoped and thought that queen c6 would have been a nice trappy line which would have allowed a tactic. However, it didn't work. I assume my opponent wanted to play bishop x f2, and my queen is obviously unprotected, and if I, you know, take with the, okay, I mean, and if I move, of course my rook is unprotected. The reason being that this doesn't work is because I can take with my rook. And now if you take here, I can simply take, and I'm up two minor pieces. And if you take my queen, I'm simply gonna take back, and once again, I'm you know, up a minor piece. So two minor pieces. So in this position, I realized the trick doesn't work. I can simply take the rook, should be fine. And my opponent probably also realized at this point that it didn't work, so he took back here. And now once again b4 is coming. I mean, the same thing applies. If you take here, there's this. If you take, I take. And if you take, I take. So yeah, b4 just simply works. I mean, you can move the bishop as well because you lose your queen, so there's nothing you can do. So here, of course, the game was already 90% over. My opponent played rook e8, I played bishop h2, he played queen g6, I played bx c5, he played knight g5, I played queen b3. The only thing I wanted to prevent is some sort of check here, which obviously didn't really do anything still, but at the same time, you need to be careful that you don't get tricked somehow. Here I missed this move, probably already a little bit tired, of course, and played for a long time. However, I simply decided to play c6. If you take with the queen, you get pinned. If you don't take at all and you play whatever, something like this, you're getting mated, because obviously this is mate. Actually, this is mate as well, because obviously the pawn covers everything. So yeah, I mean, at this point, after c6, my opponent resigned the game, and yeah, we got another win, which was very, very needed this year, because I haven't really gotten a whole lot of wins this year. It wasn't really going that well, especially since the last game I lost. So this year I have 3 draws, 1 win and 1 loss, which is, if you look at it like that, all equal. Yeah, I mean, last year I played in the 3rd team of our club, and we faced a little bit lower rated opponents, maybe a little bit more towards the 1700s. And now this year, because my first official rating was 1870, I'm facing a lot more 18 and 1900s, which is definitely noticeable because they are a lot better, and it's a lot more difficult to win. Yeah, sometimes I still feel like I'm getting a little bit lucky. Because I still feel like some things I still miss, and I feel like my opponents obviously still also miss things, otherwise I wouldn't win these games. But yeah, I mean, sometimes I feel like I am getting a little bit lucky. Yeah, it's there's still room to improve, definitely. There's still room to improve. I mean, my opponent played queen e8 here pretty quickly, which was obviously not good. But if he didn't do that, I wouldn't have been very good here. I mean, even if you don't play this move, probably you need to play this move, because otherwise this pawn is also a little bit bad. But maybe, I don't know, can you maybe play something like this here? Should be okay, maybe? No, it's not. Okay, well, why is this so bad? Maybe just because of this. Yeah, okay, so that's not a good move. What is the move here? You take with the bishop, and then if you take here, what is the problem? Oh, it's mate in 1. Okay, of course, that is a big problem. Yeah, yeah, but like I mentioned, queen e8 is just, I mean, yeah, sometimes you just need to, I mean, overall, if I would look at these games, I think I'm fairly good at realizing that a move like this is a mistake. Although at the same time, like, one of the reasons why I say I am probably maybe not as good as these players, or maybe sometimes still making mistakes, is because after bishop e5 I didn't even realize queen e8. I didn't even see it as an opportunity. So maybe that is not very good. I mean, like in this example, queen e8 doesn't work, but what if it did work? You know, what if it was just a straight up fork? I mean, I would have probably been losing. So, you know, it is yeah, it is. You need to realize that there are still other possibilities as well. Maybe at times like this, if I look at this position, I'm too quick at playing the wrong move. I'm not calculating enough. You know, it's not. I'm not considering every possibility here, because I also didn't consider rook c6, which is just very good. I mean, if you look at rook c6 for longer than 10 seconds, you realize, oops, that's maybe actually really good, because now this is no longer a threat. He's threatening to take here and probably win my queen. I cannot play this move, so there's a lot of things here. Probably I just need to move my queen or something, which is not what you want to do here. So yeah, and then there's extra pressure on this. So you know, this would have been very, very difficult to figure out what to do here. I honestly don't even know. Not gonna lie, I don't know what the best move is here. Maybe something like this, trading queens. Nope. The best move here is, yeah, queen here. Okay. So yeah, like I mentioned, not very easy. You need to probably keep protecting this that you can take back like this, which is obviously very good for me. Yeah, so overall, there's still a lot to improve. I hope and I think that my Candace B rating is also going to be back up towards like the 1850s right now. I was at 1831 after the loss in the last episode, and I suspect I'm going to go back to like 1850. So I definitely need to play a lot better if I want to get to 2000 someday, somehow. An ambitious goal for sure. Hopefully you guys liked the video, and yeah, see you guys in the next one. Bye.